Let me see a picture of this guy.
So this is Kyle Kulinski here.
What does he do?
He is a progressive podcaster. He runs the show Secular Talk. He's currently dating Crystal Ball from Breaking Points with Crystal and Sagar. He basically, though, is not somebody that I would... He's not... I don't think he's likable personally.
I mean, it doesn't matter. He's literally shitting on the biggest podcast.
Yeah, and Joe had him on as recently as last summer, I feel, or this summer. I don't think they had a falling out, but Kyle is shitting on Joe. So here we go. Kyle Kulinski from Secular Talk says, Rogan is fake independent media, barely a comedian anymore. He just put out a special on Netflix, and he's morphed into state media for Trump. What? He's more like Rush Limbaugh than George Carlin. I listen.
It was good at the end there. That wasn't bad.
Well, as somebody that did listen to Rush Limbaugh in the car with my parents, on like trips to Disney or road trips or whatever. And now I listen to Joe Rogan pretty much every day. I can assure you he is nothing like Rush Limbaugh.
Not even close,
Nothing
dude.
like Rush Limbaugh.
And that's the thing. Joe Rogan is still having... How many episodes has he put out since the election or since he even had Trump on? There's episodes that he doesn't even talk once about it, you know?
It's got to be around 20.
It's not even... He's not a mouthpiece for fucking Donald Trump. He's just expressing his mind, which is why he has so many fucking fans. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the reason that Joe Rogan is as popular as he is because he's a cool fucking dude.
And Kyle is not
all
a cool
around.
dude.
No, that's the gayest thing to ever come at Joe Rogan for. Number one, okay, yeah, Joe Rogan's comedy, it's never exactly been the greatest for me. I think
it's not my favorite.
No, it's not my favorite, but I did sit down and I did watch that whole live special that he did.
I thought
and
it
wasn't good, or it wasn't bad.
A little Freudian slip.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Like, I mean, okay, yeah, Joe, it wasn't the greatest fucking hour I've ever seen in my life, but it wasn't bad. But also, there's a lot that goes into it. So you want to talk shit about him being a comedian, then we're gonna back him by saying he did a fucking live Netflix special. Like, of course, it wasn't. It might not have been top tier fucking performance. It was one and done, one show. How many comedy specials are shot 4 or 5 times and they clip everything together? That's how they're made.
He's paying us to say good things about his special. If you can't.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, please give us money. Your special was very good.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I know it's not everybody's favorite style of comedy.
But he's like a Sam Kinison with like a little mix of a lot of the people that he grew up on, you know? And that's everybody. But to call him Rush Limbaugh is absolutely...
That's absurd.
Ridiculous.
Joe's not conservative at all. He's described himself as a liberal.
Right. Like, if you look back to the past elections, he was literally saying he does not want to help Donald Trump. And the only reason that he is helping Donald Trump now is because the left was going and doing some really fucked up shit.
Like, Joe Rogan has been on the left for so long. People on MSNBC, and we talked about this last episode, saying, we need our own Joe Rogan. Like, bitch, you had it.
Right.
You had
your chance.
You had it. And people like Kyle Kulinski, I mean, I think they're just ignoring the... They're ignoring the cause of why it's like this, and they're blaming all the symptoms.
Right,
it's like
makes sense.
The Democratic Party went so far left, and they fucked up so much.
Right.
That this is what happened. Like Joe was saying, I'm not going to have
You're
Trump
not wrong.
on for years and years and years. I don't want to give that guy attention. And you messed up so bad that you got the biggest podcaster in
history.
I would say history.
Yeah.
With the biggest voice to flip.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
You fucked up. So don't blame Joe
And it might not
Rogan.
even be flip, you know? You don't know who he exactly voted for in the past 2 elections. You don't.
Well,
he's never came out and endorsed. He's never endorsed.
I think it was Jill Stein and then Joe Jorgensen. Both libertarians, though. Yeah, independent. But he said it was like more so like a protest vote. But I just think like people like Kyle Kulinski that just burned a bridge. That's essentially what you did. You burned a bridge.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's a smart move at all.
No.
So we'll see, and we'll see what happens to his audience too, because a lot of the audiences are the same.
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee you, Joe Rogan's just he's gonna hold water. He's not losing anybody. He lost anybody who was anti-Trump and listening to Joe Rogan. Then you lost him. He lost him a while ago, but now. Yeah. Whoever's rocking with Joe is rocking with Joe. He's not losing anybody.
It's a different coalition of people. It's not right wing. It's not left wing.
Right.
I would like to say it's more independent in terms of like the ideas.
Yeah.
But everybody did from all walks of life.
Right,
so we'll see how that goes. Not a big fan of Kyle Kulinski after that. Anyway,